What makes this song great? Let's find out. If you don't know who I am by now, my name is Vries. Got 160k on YouTube, tens of millions of streams on Spotify, and currently on my way to the top. And I'd like to show you why my band JaggN's fifth single, 93, is a great piece of self-proclaimed good music. It was originally written by me and my friend Sebastian Cadena in the key of D major, and it was a surf pop rock song. The thing is, we had no plans to actually record the song, and I wanted to record some new music with JaggN, so I took this song, transposed it into D flat major, and brought it down into a drop C sharp tuning. I made the drums heavier and louder, and we added some palm mute, so we made it closer to a metal song than a pop rock song. This chorus chord progression is slightly weird. It's a 1-2-3 chord progression, which I've never even heard in any other songs. If you know a song that has this chord progression, please put it in the comments below. But that means we're going to start on this D flat major 7, and we're going to use a push rhythm up to this E flat sus 4, and then one more time to this F sus 4. Diatonically, these chords should be major, and then minor again. But I was preferring more upbeat song, and this song actually is extremely deceptively happy, as we're going to see as we dive into the theory and everything going on in the song. People love this song. It's a great hit at every single show, but you're going to see this is actually a very sad song.
Hypercritical of everybody. She's a hit, shows on it, holds eyelids with her body. He's just a douchebag driving fancy cars, expensive shirts. Boy, that somehow worked, and now my heart's about to burst.
Something that's so cool at the end of this is we're ending on this C, and then we're gonna go back to this 1, our F. In music theory, this is the 5th. A C is a 5th away from F. And the 5th resolves very nicely to the 1. But you know what also resolves very nicely to the 1 is the 7. So we're ending on this C5. And regardless of if we went back down to the 1, or if we go up to our chorus chord progression, I resolve. It's really cool in this moment where you resolve regardless of which key we're going back into. In this case, we're going back into our chorus key, and cool lyrics from JoJo, right? I like how he rhymes it with hypercritical. Let's hear that again.
He's a bit hypercritical of everybody.
It and hypercritical don't rhyme, but they can rhyme because obviously you have the word it in hypercritical. So it's like he takes the rhyme at the end of the word and extends it into the next sentence. It's almost like he cheated, but it's a very cool way of cheating. And it shows like we kind of did put some effort into these lyrics. It wasn't like we just thought of the first thing that came into my mind, because the first thing that comes to your mind is going to be rhyming it with hypercritical. Just a cool little moment. Let's hear this first chorus. The way we enter this chorus is very, very cool in my opinion. Let's hear that with the guitar now. Just one ear. Focus. And then JoJo's vocals obviously bring us into the chorus, and it's just everything is like building up, release when everyone comes back in on that F. JoJo's vocals are going to establish the quality of our second chord, which we said was a sus chord, and he's going to make it a major chord. So we go. So when we're on that, that is actually an E flat major, which again, diatonically, it shouldn't be there. But because it sounded best, this is what we picked. And it's a simple lesson. If a chord sounds good, use that chord. It doesn't have to be music theory accurate or anything. If it sounds good to you, it's the right freaking chord. We also have a halftime in the middle of this chorus, which is a really quite unusual spot to put a halftime. But the reason I think it fits perfectly in this chorus is because obviously the song is about liking a girl and she's getting down and dirty with some other dude, which is a very nauseating, hard to experience, and the fact that we're going from normal time to halftime to normal time to halftime again in the post-chorus, it's this disorienting back and forth of love and hate and emotion. It fits perfectly. That being said, a good way to enter halftime is to use more snares, which I'll show you the example of right now. Normal time, halftime. Back to normal. Let's get back into it. So by adding more snares, you can go, in my opinion, this is the best way to do it, from normal time to halftime or the other way around. I think halftimes are the meta in new music right now. It's awesome. So many people are doing it because it's simple enough that it sounds awesome. It's a great way to make the audience want to headbang. It just slows things down. It's super, super cool. Even Take On by, what the hell? Even Take On Me by, I should know this, but Take On Me has a halftime in it. I'll show the example right now too. And this takes us into everyone's favorite part where Gio is hyping himself up to go fight the punk that's trying to take his girl. Let's hear it.
I gotta get this off my chest. Faster, stronger. Right hook, left jab.
This is the part that I think so many people like, because notice how the emphasis is placed on the first two beats so hard. We have the crashes, the bass drum, the bass guitar, the guitar, all of them. Bum, 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 bum. And then the groove completes itself. The reason I think it sounds so good is because the groove is going from incomplete to completion. It's tension, 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 resolve. But let's hear it. Here with guitar. It makes it feel so good. Also, we have the syncopation of faster, stronger. Let's hear our second verse.
I promised to myself I wouldn't get too attached. She's a bird flying high. They might fall hard if they crash. How could I keep myself from falling in love? She's not like other girls. I swear she was the one. Another desert.
The last time we run this verse progression is so beautiful to me. Let me solo Gio's melody at the end so you can hear what's happening and why it sounds so good, in my opinion.
From falling in love.
There we go.
She's not like other girls. I swear she was the one.
A very simple melody, but let's see the harmonics behind it. Everything was good until that chord. He's Gio singing an A flat in a D chord, which is the tritone. It's a very painful lyric. We have, she's not like other girls, I swear she was the one. Cringy lyric, and don't get me wrong, we all gave Gio some shit when he gave us these lyrics, but if you think about it in a vacuum, it's sad. So we have, she's not like other girls, I swear. Very painful chord. Major, happy, resolve. But is it really resolved? Because we're ending on this D flat major 7. And if you think about that, that is the first chord you're hearing as we enter this supposedly happy song, upbeat song. Can you get it? That's a heartbreaking chord. It's actually my favorite chord of all time, almost. It's a D flat major with the F, the third, on the top. If you want to stay in a major key and have a very sad sounding melody, in my opinion, the best interval you can use is the third. That third is just so heartbreaking, and that did not just teleport out of nowhere. Let's hear the second chorus.
Girls, I swear she was the one. Another desert road. Hands are moving faster up in time. All the drawing closer. We shine the same way. I got
Second chorus builds on itself like any good chorus does, and Gio's vocals are now double. Which makes his vocals sound so much wider. We now have the guitar entering in both ears rather than just one. Even the chorus line changes a little bit. Before we had... That's what we originally had, and now we have... I personally like the second time, but also having some variation in the melody line I think is cool in the first place. I really want you to pay attention here. This post-chorus is 2 times as long as the first one. We also introduced this lead line with, honestly, more heartbreaking chords. So we have that, my favorite chord of all time. It's the Sans playing the lead line. So right there, that's the third, which makes it so sad in my opinion. Moving up to the tritone again is the pain, resolve. Still a very sad F minor chord. We do it again. Then this now. Something about these 2 chords, man, it's just so beautiful. And then instead of going back to D flat or F minor for another verse, we're gonna go into this B flat. And we'll see what happens after that. Again, such a simple melodic line. So just 4 ascending notes, but because of the harmonies underneath it, in my opinion, it just is beautiful. Being in this part of the song makes it, in my opinion, incredibly hard to skip. It's just such an emotional part that it makes you want to keep listening and see what happens next. Chords ring out, and then we move down a half step.
I thought you said you loved me. I thought you said you cared. Thought you'd be here a while, but then you weren't there.
I'll let this speak for itself.
I thought you said you cared. Said you'd be here a while, but now you are.
I'm going to use the bass and drums to show you how the drums should accompany what's being played in the guitar, but it shouldn't exactly follow. The guitar's doing... That's up the whole time, but that's not exactly what the bass and drums... Let's hear this. So everything follows here, but then the bass and drums keep the song grooving in this part, while the guitar does the same thing, and then we're back. Cool China hits. Keep the groove going. Move forward. And then into our last chorus. Before we head into this final post-chorus, I just want to mention what's exactly about to happen. If you haven't already, please drop a like and subscribe. Now, we have the same melodic line, but it's an octave down. And classical composers do this all the time, and to me, it is absolutely heart-wrenching. So instead of being here, we're going to be here. Just hear that chord, hear how it's different, and the sadder notes are in the bass frequencies. I don't know why, but they just are. So we're on this third, plus this low bass frequency, boost the tritone, resolve, the time. And then, let's hear it. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. And then we end this song unresolved on an F minor chord. And this unresolution, is that even a word? This lack of resolution is really what sells to me that this is a sad song. Because we could have ended on this relatively happier D flat major, but instead, we can remember this was always a sad song. And it's funny because I wrote the damn song, but I didn't even realize it was sad until I realized what was going on behind the scenes, which is honestly kind of embarrassing. So this was 93 by JaggN. I think deserves a spot in all of your playlists. All the links are in the description. Follow the Instagram, also in the description. Join the new Discord server. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about music marketing. Let's talk about how we're going to get to the top. Slay the JaggN EP. Everywhere now, in all streaming platforms. I really folded that, but Slay the JaggN, add it to all your playlists, and have a beautiful day, bro.